has.
Hey, can I tell you, I just really enjoyed that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I was in the back and did this all nice job. Oh, it's a reading session.
Good.
Probably warmer for you after having just finished, but yeah, you're at Lawrence? Yeah, okay. And reading some of the
Rehearse right after lunch, so they're all kind of shut down.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, stay energized.
I bet you're just looking.
Yeah, well, I have 11. So, yeah.
Hey, Tim. I think we'll, oh, I'm on. No, I have no idea. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I think we'll call this meeting to order. My name is Bradley Ellingboe, and I'm here to lead a reading packet from the Fred Bock Publishing Group. Before I start, Jim Rindelab has asked me to make an announcement that he needs money for lunch. No, that's right. Jim is an old friend. The exhibit's closed today at 4 p.m., and so if you want to do any shopping, get there before 4. I'm happy to be here and happy to have Tim Getz at the piano. Tim and I go way back. We met last night about 9 p.m. And I've worked for the Fred Bock Company for about 4 years, overseeing a line of music that's called national music. You might know my name from my long association with Chose Music and with Augsburg Music, and national is actually, you might think of it as a kind of a college choir line. So I've been on both sides of the street, if you will. But I wanted to come to the ALCM. I am a Lutheran myself, St. Olaf grad and all that. And so the Bock companies have, they bought Hinshaw. They've also, Fred Bock Music, and maybe some of you knew Fred Bock, H.T. Fitzsimons, National Music, Jubal House. You're going to see music from all of those places today. Also, Gentry Music, now being overseen by Brandon Boyd, and Jubal House, I mentioned, and Epiphany House. So there's a wide variety of music, from kind of formal art music to more evangelical, and you're going to see a little bit of that today, and I hope that you'll check us out. We're going to start with a big piece that is Journey into Light. And let me tell you a little bit about this, and we're going to listen some, and we're going to sing along with the recording and see if we match up with if the piano matches the orchestra. We're about to find out. Steve Bock took over when Fred died suddenly a few years ago. Steve is the son, and Steve is a real mover and shaker, and one of his ideas was that the Shaw-Bennett Many Moods of Christmas had been out for 60 years now, and perhaps there could be something that replaced those or give a different viewpoint, different repertoire. And so I got put in charge of that project, and I invited Taylor Scott Davis, who's really coming along great gangbusters. Now he's got a lot of nice music with Morning Star, I would lift up to your attention, and he's writing for Voces 8. And he's got a big church choir in Fort Worth area. But he and Janaea Robison, who is the new leader of the National Lutheran Choir, have put together 2 suites that are out. A third suite's going to be premiered by the National Lutheran Choir this December. And we're going to listen now a little bit. I hope we've got that booted up. And one of the Voces 8 guys calls Taylor Scott Davis the love child between John Williams and John Rudder. So let's take a look at Christmas Suite number 1. When we get to the choral parts, I'll ask you to sing along for a little bit, but wanted to hear the brilliance of this orchestration. I'm going to ask the recording to stop now. So one of the things you should know about this is there are 3 orchestrations. Now, you know, most of us are church choir directors, and most churches nowadays have a choir between 8 and 16 people. So if you weren't going to do the Many Moods of Christmas, you probably weren't going to do this one either. But it is sometimes fun to get a bunch of churches together, or perhaps you have a civic ensemble. It's meant with an eye towards that too. This is the big orchestration, then there's a medium one, and then there's just keyboard. Let's look a little farther without the recording. You see there are 4 pieces in this arrangement, O Come All Ye Faithful, and then over on page 7, Stille Nacht, and then it goes into the English Silent Night. I'm going to ask Tim, let's just do a little of the bottom of 7, the 3rd bar on the bottom. Yeah. Ooh, you know this tune. 1, ready, German. Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht. Good. Can we jump to 11 and letter E? You'll see a little bit more of this ilk. 1 and ready, go. Good. All right. And then over on page 14, Go Tell It on the Mountain. I've just got to show you a little bit of this. Look on the bottom of 16 and at letter G. Go tell it. Go tell it. Go tell it. This kind of ostinato gets going in the men's section. The altos come in and gets more and more lively. And over on page 21, the first Noel, and over on page 27, he says, light it up. So there's a big finish to this one. Now, reading sessions are just meant to give you a taste of things, and this piece is about 12 minutes long, and I've already spent about 12 minutes getting going. So I've got to move on, but I do encourage you to take another look at it. Go to fredbock.com or YouTube and look it up. You'll see Janaea conducting. The next piece in your packet is Now the Green Blade Rises, and this is by me, so we're going to sing the whole thing, of course. You know. This is out of Hinshaw. And I would just encourage you to read the inside cover. This piece obviously tips its hat to Dave Brubeck's wonderful Take 5. And a couple of things. It goes from Dorian mode, which is not the same as minor, and you have to, you know, sometimes make that distinction with your choir, and then it goes into major. Now, at my church, St. Paul Lutheran in Albuquerque, we had a tradition that the Sunday after Easter was Holy Hilarity Sunday. Do any of you do that? Because the idea was Jesus won. The devil was unsuccessful. And we had a wonderful retired pastor, Hal Nilsson, who was such a good joke teller. And so our pastor would always take that week off, and Hal would tell wonderful jokes. This is meant to be a little bit that way. Let's read, it says soprano and alto at the beginning, but let's everybody do it together. Now the green blade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Now the green blade rises from the buried weed that 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Love lives again, that with the dead has been. Love is come again, love, wheat that rises green. Ladies, grieving or in pain, Christ fields of our heart that dead and bare have lost. Major. Christ came forth at Easter. I'm going to stop. We won't go through all of mine, lovely as it is. But you get the idea, and the idea is it's okay to have a little fun in church once in a while, and to get your choir to sing in 5. It does remind me once, one of my old church choir members, we were going to sing in 7. And one of the guys had missed a couple of weeks, and he came and sat in the bass section. And he says, "This is in 7." And the other bass says, "Yeah, that's not that hard. You just count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, anyhow, next is Sweet Little Jesus Boy. And this has a solo throughout, and I don't know anybody well enough to choose a soloist, but let's have all the sopranos sing the solo at the beginning, and then on the bottom of 3, somebody keep going with the solo where it says moving ahead, and the other sopranos go down to their part. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Can use a string ensemble if you wish. Sweet. Nice. good. I'm going to stop for a minute. One idea, you're doing great, and I know sometimes we think, well, if we got all these people at the professional meeting and we struggle with this or that, although I thought you were doing fine on this, could my church choir do it? One of my thoughts always is, let me step back a moment. Whenever you learn a new thing, you create a new synaptic connection. And if the thing is wrong, you've still formed a new synaptic connection. Well, I'm the youngest of 3 brothers, and when I was a little kid, I said to my brother Randy, "What is the capital of England?" And he said, "Paris." Because, he's my big brother. And then I said something like that to my mother, and she goes, "No, the capital of England is London." Well, still to this day, I'm 66 years old. What's the capital of England? London. So you want to make sure that, if at all possible, you teach it in such a way that they never make a mistake. And at a reading session, we just grab hold of it and we start at the beginning, we go to the end. Typically, and I've written a lot of music myself, the big finish, the big climactic moment is 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through. And if you start any old way and you're not prepared for what's 3/4 of the way through, then you've taught yourself the wrong weight and color and, timbre of your voice. But we do reading sessions and we get to that point and it goes, and you go, well, my little choir of 10, I don't know if we could do it. Let's take a quick moment and look at it. Starts off very sweetly, and then it kind of heats up and the soloist gets more enthusiastic. And then at the bottom of 7, it says driving. It's still the same tempo, but could we have you all sing at 32, no solo, but the bottom of 7, the last 2 beats. Treat you mean, Lord. Yeah, and we'll have Tim play your parts. 4, 1, go. Treat you mean, Lord, oh, world treat you. Louder. We didn't know you were. And now can you imagine the soloist on the top of that? It'd really get kind of steamed up. One of my quips, it's actually a true story, is when Katharine Hepburn first went on the Broadway stage in about, 1927 or something, the review came out the next day. Miss Katharine Hepburn made her stage debut last night in such and such play, and her emotions ran the gamut from A to B. Right. And church choir music is often, and we're all sort of perfect, and, my hair is combed, and my life is so. Yeah, I think it's okay to get steamed up once in a while. That's my suggestion to you when you look at pieces. Start later in the piece to teach it, and then go to find the hardest part and learn how to do that, and then back up and run into the hardest part and back up a little more and run into stuff you already know. Don't start at the beginning and everything is new and 4, 5, 6 pages in you're fatigued. And then you start to make mistakes at the hardest part. Child of peace. To my point, Child of Peace starts off in 2/2 time, but essentially in quarter notes. Then look at the top of page 3. All of a sudden, after reading the first page, you go, holy smokes, what is this? 1 and 2. The angels sing their hallelujah. 1, 2. And loud hosannas fill thee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. The voice of wonder breaking into the unfold. Okay, do you see my point now, time being short? Let's recite. I like that. Tim is playing along, but don't try and also sing. Singing asks us to do 3 things at once. And I think maybe we can do 2 things at once. Okay, words, rhythms, pitches. Let's take away the pitches and just do the words and rhythms. 1 and go. The angels sing their hallelujah, 1, 2, and loud hosanna fill the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. The voice wonder breaking into the unfold. Okay, and you can read half notes. And also, try and take the R out. When you're speaking to your choir, the angels sing their hallelujah, and loud hosannas fill the air. You know, speak it to them that way, because you know they're going to go air like that. But you're smart, so we'll skip that step. Let's sing now with Tim playing our parts on the top of 3. 1 and go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay, good job. Let's keep going because letter C is like the beginning. We'll go on, okay? I'm in half notes. 1 and 2 and solo. Good diction. Come, child. Better diction. Crescendo of heaven. 1 and 2. Oh, come and sing your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Is 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Altos. Nice reading. Were you there? Traditional Negro spiritual. While you're getting that music out, I will quote Lee Satterin. Does anybody remember Leland Satterin at Augsburg College? When I was a young guy, he was about my age, and he was doing a reading session like this. And I, stood up there, like, I kind of know Lee Satterin. I'm going to stand here afterwards. And somebody came up and said, "Oh, Dr. Satterin, that's all very well and good. I really enjoyed what you do. But my choir could never do that." And he was an old Norwegian, he looked him right in the eye and said, "Oh, so what you're saying is you couldn't teach your choir to do that." And I learned that when I was 21, and I've been thinking about that for the last 45 years. So, were you there? 3, 4. Don't breathe. It's got some good jazz chords. 1, go. Were you? Those unexpected notes bring out the pathos. Count. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 3, 4, hold. Were you? Alto, tenor, bring that out. Yeah, those are tasty notes. Crescendo, more passionately, here go. Oh, sometimes. Accelerate in 3, 4, hold. Were you? I'm going to stop there for a minute. You get the idea, those extra notes that are so, that hurt so good when you resolve them again. And then also, like on the top of 5, it causes me to, and then freeze, long pause. I always do that to see if anybody's talking during my anthems. Okay. But that is a really nice anthem. I got to keep going if we're going to get through all 12. But I encourage you to keep looking at the stuff that we didn't get all the way to the end of. O Magnum Mysterium, Richard Burkhart is a wonderful writer of a kind of a Morton Lauridsen level. So this is SSATB unaccompanied. But of course, a Christmas piece. And I'm going to skip the opening chant and have Tim start with the altos, tenors, basses at measure 4. And then everybody come in as it's their turn. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Soprano 2. 3, 1, 2, 3. Three, 4. We got a little lost there in 3, 4 time. Can we take bar 12? Take a look at bar 12. Reading open score in 7 flats. Yeah. F flat. I'll talk to him next time I see him about that. Okay, that sonority again. 2, 3. Two, 3, 4. First soprano. Okay, I'm going to stop a second, and let's just finish it up. It is really pretty. You know, those flat keys are the best in the human voice, and they do tend to stay in better tune. And it's an a cappella piece, but thank God we got Tim here at the reading the open score. Bottom of 7, let's take bar 57 and finish it up. 3, 4, 1. Two, 3, 4, 1. Da, 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 da. A nice piece if you've got the numbers for it. Richte mich Gott, another, what you might call, these come out in national, which is the line I oversee, the one you just sang, and this one too. Michelle Jensen, wonderful choral director in California, and she does a lot of festivals and so forth. And I would not hesitate to support this piece with keyboard, whether it be piano or organ, even though it says it's unaccompanied. There are 3 sections to it, and lest I run out of time, let's look quick. Page 3 is section 1, then page 6 on the bottom is section 2, and then page 10 is section 3. It's all in German, and I know we have quite a few German background congregations in the ALCM, but for right now, let's sing it on ta. Ta, 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 ta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, 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 ta. Ta, 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 ta. 2, 3, ta 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 ta. Ta. Okay, I'm going to stop a minute. Look at the bottom of 6. Ta 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 ta. My old choir director at St. Olaf was Ken Jennings. This was a particular favorite of his, and the St. Olaf choir used to sing it a lot. Admittedly, it's a big church anthem, but let's just give it one more look. Here's the bottom of 6. 1 and go. Ta 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 ta. Okay, good. And then look at page 10 is the final section, and page 11, big fortissimo chord, and page 12, und mein Gott. Let's sing that and we'll feel a sense of completion. Here's bar 100, bottom of 12. 2, 3, 4. Und mein. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, we did it. Yay, team, good. Okay, next, praise my soul, the King of Heaven. I'm going to start talking faster. This is a general text. You could use it most times of year. I'm going to skip the whole big intro that is for flute, piano, and djembe or conga. And let's take a look at it on page 2. Everybody's in unison. And this is D minor. And sometimes, now I'm working at a Congregationalist church up in Santa Fe. Very good music program up there, if I do say so myself. But I am the most recent beneficiary of a long program up there. Anyhow, we would change all the language that was he to probably to the word God. And I think that's fairly easily done in this. My old Lutheran church, we would have said he, but you can go both ways. Praise my soul, the King of heaven, to God's feet our tribute bring. It's up to you. With the accompaniment right away. Ready and go. Praise my soul, the King of heaven, to God's feet a tribute bring. Ransomed, healed, restored for God's praises sing. Alleluia, alleluia, praise our everlasting King. Good, you get that? Kind of jaunty, but also in minor. Skip over to page 7, And we have a little canon. Ladies first, frail, one and go. Frail. Okay, time being what it is, let's finish it up by the last measure of 11. Okay, Alleluia. We've moved up to E minor. Ready and go. Alleluia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and praise the Lord. Good. Now, at a Lutheran meeting, we got to sing some of the old guys. The next piece, "O God, Do Not Keep Silent," is a Hostler, edited by Ed Wilmington, wonderful musician, also part of the Bock team. And I would suggest this one at Reformation, but you can, you're all good church people. You can figure out other times to use it. Let's take the bottom of 2 right where we come in. And with the accompaniment, 1, 2, 3. Oh God, do not keep silent, nor hide your face so long, for teams have my song, yet Lord have. I'm going to stop again for lack of time, but mostly we want to make sure we get everything into your hands too, in case you want to look at it more closely. Sing "The Joy of Harvest Home," 2-part choir and piano. We always have a thanks singing service up in Santa Fe. And that being said, an awful lot of our people travel to see their kids and such. So it's mostly we sing in 4 parts, but thanks singing is a little bit tough sometimes. Let's take it from the beginning. 2, 3, 4. Now the shout for joy. Good. Let's jump to page 6, the last measure on top, bar 49. 2, 3, 4. For as long as her nice reading. Now Good, I have to stop there to at least give you a taste of the 2 that are left. Sheltered in place, Psalm 91. Sheltered in place where dwells the Almighty, under his wings my soul is abiding. He is my refuge, he my strong fortress. He is my God, in him will I trust. Right where they first come in, okay, Tim? And if you see Tim later, thank him for all the wonderful playing he's doing. One, ready, go. Almighty. Good, and this original tune is by Gloria Gaither of the Gaither family. It modulates over on page 6. Let's look for a quick minute in the second line, I will not fear. A little more emphatic. One, ready, go. And you get the sense of it. And one last piece. I've done these through the years, and I remember one time the very last piece was a composer who was in the audience, and I didn't make it to the end, and he was so mad. Be Thou My Vision. This is a cool version of the Irish melody. Ba 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 da 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 da. And we won't get through all of this if I'm going to stay on time, but let's have a go at it. Let's have everybody sing on the bottom of the first page, starting at bar 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be thou my vision, O God of my heart, naught be or else to me save the heart. Thou my star, my day or my night. Okay, time being what it is, let's jump to page 11 and just finish it up. Still Be My Vision, first measure on top. Now it's up a step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be vision, O ruler of all, still be my vision, O ruler of all. Nice reading, everybody, and thanks, Tim. Blessings on your ministry. Thank you all.